Dear learners, I am Pratimashri, Assistant Professor, Department of English. Today we are going to see poetry, A Poison Tree. A Poison Tree is written by a famous writer, William Blake. Now let me see about William Blake. William Blake was born in 1757 in London and from a young age spoke of having visions. At age 10, his parents sent him to drawing school. At the age of 12, he began writing poetry, and at the age of 14, he became the apprentice to an engraver. In 1782, he married Catherine Boucher and taught her how to read, write, and draw. He worked as an engraver and illustrator but was not very successful. He started to teach his younger brother Robert the arts, but he shortly fell ill and died in 1787. William claimed to have seen his brother's spirit leave his body. Blake's first printed works protested against war and tyranny. He preferring imagination over reason. In 1800, he experienced many spiritual insights that prepared him for his more mature work, which showed the human spirit triumphant over reason. While some people praised Blake's artistry, others thought him insane. Blake's poetry was not well known by the general public. Now, coming to the poison tree, the name itself will depict that what is it? It is a poison tree. In poison tree, everything will be poison only. How it became a poison tree, let me see. I was angry with my friend. I told my wrath did end. I was angry with my foe. I told it not. My wrath did grow. Here, according to the poet, he is telling that his anger was expressed with his friend. So, he revealed his anger towards his friend. So, it was not grew as a big tree. But when he got anger towards his foe, that is his enemy, it was not revealed towards his enemy. So it was growing. In the second stanza, and I watered it in fears, night and morning with my tears, and I sunned it with smiles and with soft deceitful wiles. So here he is telling that he watered with his fears and he made night and morning wet towards this tears. That is, he is telling that, according to the poet, he is telling that his angerness was filled with tears. His angerness grew with the help of his tears and with the help of his smiles were like a sunshine, like a sunlight. It came towards the smiles, and by these things it started to grow like a plant. In the third stanza, let me see, and it grew both day and night till it bore an apple bright, and my foe beheld it shine, and he knew that it was mine. So, in this third stanza, according to the poet, he is telling that his angerness started to grow day and night, and until a fruit is hanging towards that tree, till that it was growing like a big, huge tree. And this was unknown to his foe, and his foe thought that something is shining in a tree, and he knew that that tree was belonging to mine. And into my garden stole when the night had veiled the pole. In the morning glad I see my foe outstretched beneath the tree. In the last stanza, he is expressing about the garden. So, according to the poet, he is telling that this garden, which is there in a poet's mind, poet's heart, that revealed that made the tree to grow into a huge tree and it was hanging a fruit. This hatredness became a huge tree, and in this hatredness, in this tree which is full of hatredness, the fruit, the apple which is there, that is also full of poison. And one day, without the knowledge of a poet, his foe came and ate his fruit, this poison fruit, without knowing that it is a poison fruit. It was shining, glittering. It made poet's foe to eat. And at last, the next day morning, his foe was outstretched beneath the tree. This is a poetry explanation. The summary of the poem. This poem is about the dangers that come from holding grudges. It talks about a speaker who gets mad at a friend but is able to forgive him or her. However, later on, he becomes angry with the foe and his anger grows into a tree, and the speaker's enemy ends up dying because he eats of the fruit of his wrath. The speaker is then pleased to see his enemy dead beneath the. Now we can see about a form. This poem is made up of four quatrains, each with two rhyming couplets. The rhyme scheme is AABB, CCDD, EEF, GGHH. Here are the definitions which is used with the rhyme scheme AABB, CCDD, EEF, GGHH. You can refer these things. And what are the poetic devices we have used in this poetry? That is metaphor and meter. Metaphor. The tree and its fruit symbolize the speaker's hatred and anger towards this person. As the tree grows, so does his anger, and eventually it produces a fruit that kills the enemy. So, too can our anger cause harm to others. Meter. The poem's language has a bounciness within it that is a product of its meter. Lines 2, 4, 14, and 16 are iambic tetrameters. I told my wrath did end. The rest of the lines are torches which are similar to iambs, but the stress is switched. I was angry with my friend. Personal response. I like this poem because it shows that when we are angry at some time who we can care about, we feel like we can confront them, and our anger ceases because we know that they only want the best for us. However, when we are angry with someone who we do not want to confront, our anger does not go away and it can grow and fester and cause bad things to happen to both of the people involved. I also liked the simplicity in the language, which makes it easy to understand but is still really powerful. The theme of the poem. A gentle attitude is often a mask for anger. pretending to be friendly and accepting when one is not, and I sunned it with my smiles and with soft, deceitful veils. The suppression of anger leads to the cultivation of anger. By burying anger, wrath becomes a seed that will only germinate. Wrath will grow into destruction and corruption due to nourishment of the plant and energy put into it. It's better to expose anger than to hold it in, and it grew both day and night till it bore an apple bride. And now it is the assessment time for you. Here are three questions you are going to answer and post it in my comment box.